Good morning. I know I'm really late, right? It's 9:46 a.m. on Thursday, November 20th, 2025. The reason I'm so late is because I was watching my 16-month-old grandson here for about an hour and a half or so. And I had all kinds of toys out, and he came in with a little animal cracker, and it's amazing how far the crumbs from a little cookie, can spread when a toddler is holding it. Anyhow, so it's like a minefield out there with all the toys, and he was, switching between crying and being distracted and playing and crying. Oh my goodness, I haven't done something like that for a while. Usually I will watch him at his own house, But anyway, so I didn't have a second where I could walk away and make some coffee, but I'm here now. So, let's see, I turn this on. All right. I was standing here and I happened to push the on button without realizing it. Okay, so I really feel like I need a coffee treat, okay? So I've got my pretty glass here. Oh, and I've got the holiday, 2025 holiday espresso. So first, I'm going to push the lungo button, because this is pretty stout stuff, It's a strong espresso, so I'm making one as a lungo and then one as an espresso. And by the way, I did put lipstick on. I have no idea what the rest of me looks like because I forgot my daughter was bringing him over, and she texted me and said, "We're on our way." I was still in bed. So I jumped up and threw on some clothes, and here I am. Okay, so that was lungo. Now I'm going to run another one as an espresso. I should have frothed some milk, but I'm in too much of a hurry because it's so late, and I want my coffee already. Okay, and what am I going to put in it? Well, you know what? I could put milk, I don't have to froth it, right? So let me put some milk. This is a Fairlife fat-free, ultra-filtered milk. You know what? I put in a really good amount there, and I'm going to see, do I need to put it in the microwave? Yeah, I'm wearing shorts today because it's going to go up to... Alexa, what's the weather today?
In Warner Robins, it's 62 degrees Fahrenheit with fog. Today, you can look for clouds with a chance of showers, with a high of 80 degrees and a low of 54
High of 80 degrees.
Also, there's a dense fog advisory in effect until Thursday, November 20th, 10 a.m.
It's the perfect temperature. This tastes really yummy. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I should put sugar in or not. Oh gosh. I am. I'm going to put a little of this brown sugar Splenda half and half stuff. Wait, let me rinse the spoon off in case anybody else comes over and I use, I don't want to have a spoon that's been in my mouth. All right, this is probably a lot because this is equal to 2 times the amount if it was real brown sugar. But I said I wanted a treat, and I might even add a coffee mate to this just to make it creamier. Give it a mouth feel that's creamier. All right, let's see what's going on with this. Ooh, that is yummy. Okay, should I add... It doesn't need it, but I'm going to add a coffee mate to it anyway. wanted a treat, and I've got one here. And you know what? Because I added the little coffee mate thing, this tastes like it's made with cream or with whole milk, because it's got that creamy richness mouthfeel. It really does taste like a special drink from the coffee place. Now, I think that these capsules, usually I think they charge more for the holiday capsules, so maybe they might have even been $1.10 a piece or something like that. Oh, Josh from Australia is watching. Oh, he says it's muted as it's almost 2 a.m. and he should be asleep. Shh. Okay, so I'm just saying, Josh, that I used 2 of the holiday espressos in here. And I can't remember how much they cost. Usually the holiday things are more expensive. So let's say just, I'm thinking $1.10, $1.20. So this cup more or less would have cost me maybe $2.50 when you figure in, the milk and the little coffee creamer and the sweetener, which probably were just a few cents. But it tastes just as delicious as something that I would go to, where some barista makes it, and where I would pay 2 or 3 times that amount, plus have to leave a tip. So, and I'll give you a tip. You can make barista-style coffee yourself at home, save some money, be in the comfort of your own home, wearing whatever you want, and just enjoy. I know sometimes we like to go out, but, these days, my gosh, coffee, everything's so expensive, right? But coffee is really expensive. My gosh, I went out with a friend, well, this was a couple weeks ago. We went out for coffee, and we got coffee and a little pastry. It was like over $12. Oh my gosh, I mean, I could eat lunch for that. I could go out and go to one of these places that has like a, $10 or $11 special, and don't get a soda because that's going to be anywhere from, $2.50 to $4. Oh my goodness. And same with a cup of coffee if you had that with your lunch. And I would pay what I paid for the coffee and the pastry for a whole lunch. Oh, what is happening? I remember back in my 20s, going to have coffee with friends. There was a restaurant called Sambo's. Now this would be, it couldn't exist today. It would be so politically incorrect. There was a story called Little Black Sambo, and it was about this native that lived in Africa, and I don't even remember the details of the story, but the restaurant was decorated with pictures of this almost cherubic little chubby black guy, in the jungle, very cartoony kind of art. And the coffee, as I'm remembering, it was very cheap. It couldn't have been more than 75 cents. It might have even been 50 cents. And they let you sit there for hours and refill your cup, at no extra charge. And now, essentially, coffee is 10 times that amount for a cup of coffee. Okay, I'm always nattering on here about prices. Of course, that's probably the biggest conversation topic today for a lot of people. But you know what? It's always something. So I'm going to sit and enjoy my coffee. Oh, Patty, hey, thanks for joining. And anyone else who's tuning in, thank you. Please leave a comment. Tell me what you're drinking today. And I will talk to you later, okay?